BA 3999 Interview Questions. A. Tell me about yourself. My name is Nguyen. I am a senior at the Craftsman School of Management, majoring in MIS with a minor in finance. I have developed strong project management skill in IT since I have been holding positions such as a project management intern for Blue Cross Blue Shield Minnesota, and I was project management assistant at the Office of Information Technology here at the U. I also developed strong leadership skills through my position as the president for the Vietnamese International Student Association, where I learned to manage people and manage conflict. My strengths are analytical skill, learning skill, and organizational skills. I am looking forward to working in the IT services field. Question B. Can you give me an example of a time when you successfully dealt with conflict? So it was for my project at the other internship at Blue Cross Blue Shield Minnesota. I was asked to develop a system to correctly track the time that we spend on a client, and there are a lot of requirements, but the major conflict was with my own manager and the manager in the IT department. So my manager, which is also my project owner, wants a tool that's simple to use but still like give people some option. But then my IT department manager, he wanted some tool that has a lot of functions that may not be necessary, but they are really good function to our tool. So those are the two conflicts, because if I develop that like sophisticated tool, it will take more time and it will not be easy to use. So what I did was I went to my manager, like I had a meeting with her to ask her, okay, what she really wanted, what it would be nice to have, what is not necessary. I also have another meeting with the IT manager, asking why he think that it will be helpful and why is it helpful for our project, like the tool especially. And after the two meetings, I kind of sit down on my desk to see which maybe may work best for my project. And then after that, I had another meeting with both my manager and the IT manager to talk with them of what they think that may be helpful in the tool or maybe in the future, or what I can do now. So after that third meeting, we decided to eliminate some of the functions that the IT manager proposed, but we did take some advice and incorporate some other function, like make sure that people enter time, when they enter time it total other time, or like they have to determine if one task is non-viewable to the business, so we don't charge our client, so functions like that. And then after that, like after the three meetings and a lot of documentation, I was able to develop a tool on time and had the requirements that I has to have, and have some other nice functions that my manager really liked. And I got to present it to the board of leaders, which was really honorable, because not any other intern had that opportunity and they really liked my tool. Question 3. Describe for me a time when you had to lead in your current role. It was also for my internship in late July. In our team, I had a project manager who is responsible for managing all the clients and all the vendors and for emailing them. But then in July, she took a week-long vacation and she assigned all her tasks to me. I was very nervous at first when I received that notice that I have to be a project manager in like a week, but I am excited at the same time. So I sat down with my project manager. I asked, okay, so what do you do every day? And then what do you think it will work for me? Like as I am new to project manager, and if she has any tips. So then she gave me some tips, and then I also asked her to do project manager when she hasn't left yet, so I can ask her if I have any question. So I did it for like a day or two. And then with any problem I had, I don't run right through her. I document it in an Excel, and then I try to fix it in my own way. And then at the end of the day, I went to her and asked her, so if I did it correctly, or if she has any other comment on how I should do this project or that project. So after that first day, she left for her vacation. So I got access to her email, to her client list and everything. So I was responsible for replying on the email that she got from our client. I had to learn a lot about the project that she was on. But then it was not as bad as I thought. And then if I did run into some problem. So and there was my project manager was not there, so I run through my business manager. Like she's the boss for both of us. So and then she helped me with some problem and communication issue. But then after a week, everything was fine. I got all the things that I should do done, and then my project manager was really happy. And actually, just last week they gave me another project to be project manager for that one. So I'm really excited about that. Question D. Can you describe for me a situation in which you failed? So it was for another project at work. So we are looking into some prospective vendors, and I had to do a list of vendors with the score from each of the SME subject matter expert at our work. So different people have different scoring, and I had to total it and present it to the manager. But unfortunately, I didn't have enough time on that because I had to go back to school. It was like in the beginning of September, so I didn't have enough time to prepare that spreadsheet. It was okay for my project manager because she said that it's not a really big deal, but then I feel really bad. And then in the meeting, I couldn't present the sheet for her. So what I did was I apologized for not doing it, and then I told her the reason I couldn't do it earlier because she said that it was not high priority, and then I was busy with school. But I think that it's my fault, and I will try to not do it next time. And then that night I sat like in my desk at home, and then I do the spreadsheet for like 2 or 3 hours, and then I sent her after that, and it was good. Like because like when I sent out, I made sure that the sheet was correctly done and there's no mistake. And actually, my manager told me she would rather have me send it later, but it's correct rather than being really rushed in the beginning and submit a wrong, like a paper with some mistake. So after that incident, I learned how to manage expectation. I learned that next time if I have some assignment, I should really know what my capability is, and I should tell the people who gave me the task that okay, so here's what I am able to do, and here it, and I don't think I can complete before this, so you should look for another one. I will not try to take as much as possible because it will not result in because I will miss a deadline or something like that. Question E. How did your major strengths help you in this internship? My major strengths are learning and analytical. They helped me a lot during my internship. First, with learning, I love learning. I can read about stuff all day long, and I take on stuff really quickly. It was really helpful for me because I am brand new to healthcare, especially healthcare in the US, and there are so many changes right now. So it helped me a lot since I use my learning skill to go online, look for resources. I use Wikipedia to study about the Obamacare on the path ABCD of pharmacy. I also search for resources at Blue Cross, so they have a Blue Cross University, which is an on-site training center. So I went there for 1 day for all the training about healthcare. I also took on additional additional training on healthcare online. So after only 1 or 2 weeks, I was able to understand some of the concept in healthcare, and it helped me a lot in like meetings with people or like my day-to-day work. And then I also always tell people that please be slow down, and I may have questions to ask, but it's just for my learning, so I want to know more about the subject. My second strength is analytical, and it did really help me in this project. So I mentioned before, I had a vendors project where I had to go to like 100 vendors to look for them, and then I used my analytical skills to research and then rank the vendors based on metrics, and I put them into the spreadsheet, the Excel spreadsheet, and I have did a lot of calculation to determine which vendor can be shortlisted and give to my manager to count them. Also, my analytical skill helped me a lot in my Access database project where I had to develop the time tracking tool. I use my analytical skill to there's some business requirements, so I consider themselves a result, and then I have to develop the algorithm. So that thing with algorithm, my analytical skill have a lot because it's like solving problems, and I solve step by step. I determine which which component I should have in this function, and then what component after that. So I solve the problem step by step, and it helped me develop a really concrete tool, logical and tied to the business.